I'm a big bowl of fail sauce. True story. I do want to sell a kidney, though, after E3 last night, which we're going to talk about here. There's so much shit that happened last night at the Sony conference. I feel like I almost had to call the hospital last night. It was kind of scary. My erection wouldn't go down for after like 5 hours. Because there was just so much shit that Sony showed that once my boner popped, it wouldn't go away. And I was like, holy shit, I know with Viagra that after 4 hours, you're supposed to call the hospital. Well, I woke up this morning, I was still popping morning wood. Everything about Sony's conference last night was just amazing. There was nothing I would have done differently. Or, it just, oh my god, I just can't tell you enough. Like, everything about that was perfect. I watched some of the Microsoft conference. I watched most of the Ubisoft conference. And I was like, I'm going to stay up tonight and I'm going to watch the Sony conference. The Sony and Nintendo are the two that I'm really wanting to see. Bethesda had some really good stuff too, but I feel like they're just polishing all their IPs. And dropping Skyrim remastered. I'm on the fence about Skyrim remastered. The reason why, Skyrim's not that old. Skyrim was released in 2011? Like 5-6 years ago? Now, when I think remaster or reboot, I think that, alright, you pick a game that is 10, 15 years old, really old. Skyrim's not that old. Skyrim is still a beautiful game. So, but, yes, that is my Darth Vader mug. I still rock that shit every day. Vader. But it's not that old of a title. So yeah, that's really cool that consoles are going to get mod support. Graphically, the new water shades, the snow, everything looks really cool. I just don't know if I'm going to jump on the bandwagon and get it like the day it comes out. Probably will. But I feel that I would have loved to have seen the next installment in the Elder Scrolls series. More. Elder Scrolls Online, as they said, they had 7 million people that play it. I wonder how accurate of a number that is, because I have it on PC and console. And I don't see that many kind of people playing it when I log in. So, I don't know where that number got out and pulled out. No, I'm not. I remember when Skyrim came out, I was like, oh, score, I went and bought it and blew right through it in the first week. But Skyrim is a phenomenal game. You have to at least play it once. And it's a very good game. But now it's coming out on PS4, and there was one thing that Bethesda said, or the one head of PR, the vice president of PR, said yesterday in an interview before the Sony console conference came on, and that was that the percentage of people that play the Skyrim game and don't use mods is so small and minuscule compared to the amount of people that play with mods. I have never played with a Skyrim or an Elder Scrolls game with a mod yet. And I know other people who haven't. And that took me off guard. It's like, you think that the amount of people that don't play with mods is nothing compared to the amount of people who do. I can name so many people that have never played with a mod. I haven't in Morrowind, Skyrim, any of them. Yeah, and that took me off guard. It's like, I feel like you shouldn't say that, because there's probably a lot more out there than you really think. I mean, I bought Skyrim on PS3 when it came out, and I purchased Skyrim on Steam, the Ultimate Edition, and I have never ever put any mods into it. So that kind of, yeah. I'm just learning more mods from Minecraft, let alone others. I've never been into Minecraft. I tried. I could never get into it. I'm not going to knock people who play it, because, man, you want to talk about, you got some of the greatest Lego builders in the world that play that game. Some of the stuff that people do in Minecraft is mind-blowing. I couldn't. I have a hard enough time drawing a fucking stick figure, let alone go in and build a castle. Shit, that bitch wouldn't be up to gaming code at all. That shit gets shut down in a heartbeat. But when they were talking about this before the Sony conference, I think that they're really trying to capitalize on what they already have on the market. Hence, going and retouching up Skyrim, all the stuff for Fallout, going into Doom. One thing that really caught me off guard was when they were talking about Doom and it be going onto the VR headset, and you can play the whole game in VR. That fucking scares me. The reason why that scares me is because, alright, you mean to tell me that how fast-paced that game is, that's, and even the dude said it's a vomit fest. That game, you're fucking all over the place like a jackrabbit on heroin. And to sit here and think that in a headset, spinning super fast like that, I would toss my cookies in 20 minutes. Because I am not a fan of VR. I have never been a fan of virtual reality. I've never been one to jump out and get it. But after watching the conferences yesterday, I would like to get a VR headset. I would. There's a few games during Ubisoft's presentation where they did that game where they all sat down and played. I can't remember. They were playing as birds or owls. And when they were playing as birds or owls, they were trying to have to fly and get each other. I feel like that wasn't a great example to show with their power of what they're working on in virtual reality. Because to me, the graphics on that looked very childish. It looked like it was a step up from Minecraft. Now, I'm not knocking Minecraft. Minecraft is more known for its customizable shit and stuff you can do, but graphically, that game that they showed, it was not beautiful. And I think that wasn't a great thing for Ubisoft to drop. And For Honor they showed last year at E3. Alrighty, man. I will see you in a bit, Mina. And last year they showed For Honor, and I wasn't really that impressed with it. And this year I wasn't really that impressed with it. But it's Ubisoft, so I mean, I hope there's more to it than what they showed. But I don't know, I wasn't that impressed with Ubisoft's presentation. I'm a Ubisoft fanboy. I got all the Just Dance game. I love all the Assassin's Creed. I love Far Cry. I love Ubisoft. And I wasn't that impressed with their lineup. But now getting in, the one I was the most excited for was Sony. And watching Sony come out the way they did with a fucking orchestra. What the fuck? That was mind-blowing. That blew my mind. I sat there and I was like, they really just busted out a fucking orchestra. And hearing the... there's something weird, okay? There's something that it's weird. Hearing a band play your theme songs and music to a game, to me, is oddly satisfying. Just hear the background music. I wanted to play because I wanted to go through and actually do a game that I could do parts of. And seeing an orchestra introduce everybody, and it was really cool. Sony addressing the Orlando thing. Everybody really did. And when they started coming out and they opened up with God of War, I went to the edge of my fucking seat and I just sat there like, is Kratos a father now? Is he like, oh wow, he's the shit, like raising the kid? Like, the feels were real. Like, that shit hit me when they were like killing the deer or the moose or whatever. Like, I can't do it, and he grabs his hand and pushes the dagger into the animal. Like, that is some hardcore feel shit right there. Now, the only thing that I think is going to be hard with the way that they did the God of War is they changed the view and the combat where it's different. Now, God of War has always been go nuts, blood, hellfire, brimstone, shit goes flying down. And always been gnarly combat. Now looking at it from over the shoulder with a different perspective, I wonder how that's going to play a part in the way the whole game plays out. Graphically, God of War has always been a game that is more ahead of its time graphically, and it's always been excessively beautiful. So, and just right out of the gate, that with the orchestra fucking blew my mind. And then every title that Sony showed at E3 last night, Crash Bandicoot, you had Last Guardian, you had Resident Evil 7. That was, right before the conference started, I would say, please just give us Resident Evil 7. And seeing Resident Evil 7 just, I'm trying to get the demo so I can download it and play it here this morning. But some people got it, and I can't find it. They're saying it's on the PlayStation Store. I scoured the PlayStation Store for 30 minutes, and I can't fucking find it. Oh, Crash Bandicoot. That was such a big title when I was a kid. And now to see that it's coming back and it's coming onto the PS4, I couldn't hide my erection. I couldn't. I just sat there. Oh, my God. Oh, Call of Duty, when they showed the remastered and the new one. Fucking mind-blowing. I love the space shit. Flying around, blowing shit up, shooting shit up, outer space. Fuck yes. Finally. And I know that that's going to probably get a lot of heat. Because when you think Call of Duty, you think first-person shooter, nuke town, stuff that you don't think vehicles. And now going into the direction that they're moving with the Call of Duty series, it's a drastic change from what their last installments of the franchise have been. It's looking at now going into space, going into ship combat. You got the anti-gravity, which is very, very different than what they have done in the past. So I'm very curious to see how that's going to be taken when it's released. What the reviews are going to be in it. Final Fantasy 15 they showed last night. That was, oh my gosh, everything. Hell, I've never even played Skylanders. I want to rush to GameStop and buy one. The Star Wars, the VR Rogue Squadron. Awesome. Fucking great. Just, holy shit. I want a VR headset just to fly an X-Wing and blow shit up. I want one. I do. I need one in my life. I can't go without one. And everything, it's like every conference, half of it was geared towards virtual reality. So I think that this year it's going to be who are you going to pick for virtual reality? You're going to pick Sony, Microsoft, the Oculus Rift? That to me, I feel is the direction everybody's going. So I will probably end up getting a PS4 headset or PS4 VR or whatever. And the thing is, it's the cost of a console, which that's expensive to me. That's where I feel the VR headset is not going to be as big as people think it's going to be. Look at the demographic of gamers. How many kids do you know are gamers? The demographic of kid gamers is such a big percentage of market share that if my son or daughter came up to me and was like, I want a VR headset. Okay, how much is it? $400. The cost of a fucking console. I wouldn't get it for. Unless it was like Christmas or something, which I think that's what they're probably trying to do is push it for Christmas. Because they have so many titles that are being released with it. So, I don't know. I'm curious to see how much it's going to sell with that price point. I mean, you're going to get the adult gamers, the diehard fanboys. You're going to get a lot of them that are going to jump all over that. But you're also going to be missing out on a big demographic due to a price point. So I'm curious to see how that's going to go. And everything, I mean, Sony killed it last night at E3. They did. Next one I'm very excited for today is Nintendo. Nintendo and Sony were the two that I was diehard for. And now I'm curious because with Nintendo's, the way that Nintendo is running their stake in the company, and when you look at their financials from 2015 with Iwata, I can't pronounce his name, dying, he owned like 70% market share in that company. That something has to happen to his shares. The company, when you look at their books, is on a net worth of $0 net worth. They've got a 1. Now, that's bad. Financially for a company, that is fucking terrible. That is almost beyond repair. So, and I haven't seen what they're going to do with his 70% market share. He died. That has to go somewhere. either be cashed out in stocks, funds, something, be dispersed somehow. Now, what is that going to do to Nintendo? That's a lot of money. You have assets, tangible assets that are worth a dollar amount. So financially, that's going to hurt Nintendo. And them talking about their new console, I wonder what's going to happen with it. Like, they said they're not going to actually... I like how there's actual people in your Twitch. I can't see. Is anybody talking in there? I can't see if anybody's talking. Because Chatty's, like, freaking out. Somebody's talking in there. I gotta, like, fix this. But... okay, yeah, because I can see people are going in there. With the new Nintendo console coming out and them phasing out the Wii U next year, it's curious to stay. It's almost like Nintendo, their entire company's probably riding on this one console, because that's huge. If something happens and that console flops, that's gonna destroy Nintendo. That would be the end of Nintendo. They would have to sell off IPs or something to be able to make up that difference in loss. Because when you look at their books now, Nintendo is worth $0. On their financial reports from 2015, they are worth $0. And because they're worth $0, no bank, nobody's going to bail them out. Because there's too much risk and liability. So I'm very curious that Nintendo has to pull something out today. They have to. Don't just go off of Zelda or you have to pull something out and show that, hey, we got something up our sleeve. Which I'm very excited for Nintendo today. I am. I can't wait. And I think it's going to be fucking great. I really do. We should probably start up BioShock. And Twindy, you got PS4. Can you hop on the PS4 and check the store and see if Resident Evil 7 is there for download? I keep checking it. Some people are playing it. And I would like to play it. And I can't find it. Because